Hello, you're watching Oneindia English. Now, as we struggle to contain the coronavirus, we must equally struggle as hard, and if not more, to contain the misinformation that is spreading about the disease. Now, today, this is going to be a myth-busting session, and my source is Dr. Fahim Yunus, MD, who is the Chief Quality Officer and the Chief of Infectious Diseases at the University of Maryland, UCA, in the United States. Dr. Yunus is one among the several healthcare providers across the globe who are taking to social media sites to bust myths about the COVID-19. Few days ago, we brought to you a doctor who's been infected by COVID-19. He's from Madrid in Spain, and he has been keeping people updated about the progress of the COVID-19 through his body and how exactly that feels. Now, Dr. Yunus has taken to Twitter to answer people's queries about the COVID-19 and bust several myths about it. You can also follow his handle on Twitter. He is constantly telling people and busting misconceptions about COVID-19 on his handle. So the first myth he talks about is whether the coronavirus will go away in the summer months. Now that is not true. In fact, we have been telling you all that may or may not be, because previous pandemics didn't follow weather patterns. Plus, as we enter summer, there will be winter in the southern hemisphere, Dr. Yunus reminds us, and the virus is global. So if it's infecting the southern hemisphere, there is no way that the rest of the globe can be safe. Myth number 2. In summer, the virus will spread more due to mosquito bites. That's wrong. This infection is spread via respiratory droplets, not blood. So mosquitoes cannot spread this disease. Myth number 3, if you can hold your breath for 10 seconds without discomfort, you don't have COVID-19. That is wrong, because most young patients with coronavirus will be able to hold their breaths for much longer than 10 seconds, and older patients with the disease will not, even without the disease, will not be able to hold their breaths for even as long as 10 seconds. Myth number 4, since COVID testing is unavailable, we should donate blood. The blood bank will test for it. No blood bank is testing for COVID-19. This attempt, he says, will fail. Of course, blood banks are not equipped to test for COVID-19. There are specialized labs that are being set up across the world, even in India, at an astronomical pace. These labs are specialized labs that will test for the COVID-19. There is no other way it can be tested. Blood donation, he reminds people, is a sacred act, and only you should be motivated by the right reasons. It's a noble act, and you should be motivated for the right reasons to donate your blood. Myth number 5, coronavirus lives in the throat, so drink lots of water so the virus is pushed into the stomach where the acid will kill it. That is absolutely wrong. The viruses can gain entry through your throat, but as if you remember basic science lessons, how a virus infects your body is that it immediately attacks and hijacks a human cell. It hijacks the cell's replicating mechanism, and through that it multiplies itself. A virus alone cannot reproduce itself, so it needs a human host cell to do it. You cannot wash it away. No acid in the stomach can kill it. Myth number 6, all this social distancing is an overreaction. You'll see that the virus won't cause much damage. Dr. Yunus says if we don't see many infections, it actually will prove that social distancing worked, not that the virus was never a big deal. Myth number 7, car accidents kill 30,000 people annually. What's the big deal with COVID-19? Car accidents are not contagious. Their fatalities don't double every 3 days. They don't cause mass panic or a market crash. Dr. Yunus very helpfully reminds people who are spreading that kind of information. Myth number 8, hand sanitizers are better than soap and water. We've been telling you again and again that is not the case. Good old soap and water can do is much more effective than any hand sanitizer. Dr. Yunus agrees. He says soap and water actually kills and washes away the virus from skin. This virus cannot penetrate our skin cells. Plus, it also cleans visibly soiled hands. So don't worry if your supermarket runs out of hand sanitizer. Myth number 9, one of the best strategies to prevent COVID-19 is to clean every doorknob in your home with disinfectants. That's wrong. Hand washing, maintaining 6 feet distance is best practice unless you're caring for a COVID patient at home. Your home surfaces do not pose a big risk. So that was all from Dr. Yunus. He says, be kind, have faith, and he reminds us that this too shall pass. And many healthcare providers across the globe, experts, the WHO, everybody feels that if we are responsible citizens, if we stay in isolation, if we practice social distancing, if we report ourselves when we have symptoms of the coronavirus, if we are just careful as individuals, then this virus can stop its contagious spread. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.